Welcome to our little video. I don't know what you want to call it, Jay. Let's call it something different here.
I don't know. Is this
presentation, our video presentation. We do so many of these, and I wanted to call it something different because we have the Honorable Mayor Bill Schickel here with us, and also Noah Harris from the Mason City Chamber of Commerce, because we're going to kind of do 2-in-1 here. We're going to talk about Band Festival, which is going to be here really quick. I don't know when you're watching this and when you're hearing it, but we're actually recording this here at the beginning of the week before Band Festival. But we also wanted the mayor here to kind of talk about the abatement and basically things that are going on in downtown Mason City with the Kirk Apartments as well. And I guess we probably should start there, Mayor. Things started happening here yesterday downtown.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Harry. Good morning, Jay and Noah. Great to be here. I just love this time of year, the 84th Band Festival coming up, and I'll touch on the other stuff in just a second. But and Noah and the Chamber doing just such a great job. I look forward to it every year. I love Band Festival time, the All-American Band Festival. Great theme this year. And our very own Bill Stangler, who is our operations and maintenance manager, is the Klempnauer Award winner this year. You're going to see him right up front in the parade there, along with the Grand Marshals, Rosie Hussey and Ruth Miller. And, bringing up Bill Stangler, been with the city a long time, but the city partners, of course, on the Band Festival and making sure everything's ready, closing off the streets and so forth and so on. And Bill has obviously been deeply involved with the tragedy at the Kirk Apartments as well. So, since you asked about that, I'll touch on it for just a minute. Yeah, we had the contractors in this yesterday actually to do preliminary work to set up for the demolition of the building, and that should take place this week. All of the staging, all of the preliminary work is done. Our priority is to get those streets back open. Cola Broadcasting right across the street there, and so many other businesses impacted by this. The positive thing is the way people have come together to really help these businesses, support these businesses through the Main Street, Mason City, and the Chamber's backdoor program and other things. But we want to get back up to business as usual, and that's the priority, and we'll do that as quickly as possible.
Do we have sort of a timeline? Because I know that some of the businesses are really, some of them are kind of hurting right now because they don't have the traffic like they used to.
Our goal is to get the street opened within the next 2 weeks, and so we can get those businesses are still open, but having to come through the back door and make special arrangements, that poses a difficulty, no question about it.
So is it going to be? So the building going to be down by then?
We hope to have the building down by then, and as soon as it's safe to open up that area and we can move some of the equipment out, we'll get those streets open back up.
Okay, because I think there was some question, maybe, Mayor, about what an abatement is. They brought in the trucks brought in the sand yesterday or whatever. Right. We don't see anything going on today.
That was preliminary staging work. McKinnis Contractor was in there for what we call an emergency abatement under our authority to get that work done, the preliminary staging work. The insurance company's contractor will be in there this week to finish the job and have the building demolished.
So will that be done this week?
That's our goal, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Except for the debris. Debris will take a while.
Some of the debris will remain, and we do want to remain sensitive to the historic nature of that building. We've had some requests for preservation of certain aspects of it, particularly the copper that lined a lot of the windows and the arches on the east side and the south side of the building. We're going to do our very best to keep that kind of preservation in mind. What we'll be able to do there, we don't know yet, but we have front of mind awareness about that.
Well, there's plenty of statues around town. Why not add to it?
Well, that's certainly a possibility, Jay. I mean, to use some of the brickwork, to use some of the other things as a monument, that's one thing that has been discussed. The other thing we have to keep in mind, unfortunately, there were the cremated remains of several individuals in there as well. And so that's something we have to be sensitive to and show our respect for.
Sure. Speaking of the 44, I guess if you want to call them victims, I guess, of this fire or whatever, how's it going with them? What do you know about that situation?
Hats off to the Salvation Army and the Red Cross and the United Way for really pitching in and finding residence for them. It's my understanding that everybody has a place to stay now. The Salvation Army came in right away and provided emergency service. United Way and Red Cross are providing more long-term care now to make sure everybody has a place to stay. And there are several other agencies that are working on that, but people have really pulled together. There's several funds going on to help people that have suffered this loss to be able to make up the difference. And so I think everyone's pretty well settled into a new location.
That's good. And really, what do they need anything right now other than just maybe monetary donations?
I think the biggest thing, of course, is moral support. The residents that I've talked to have really been happy with the way the community has surrounded them. But there are several donations. United Way is accepting donations along with some other crowdsource funding options. And I think that's probably the biggest contribution a person can make, unless you know someone that lives there and be able to extend a hand of friendship and help.
I know it didn't take long for the clothing and things like that and furniture.
Oh my gosh.
It was
They just
crazy.
rolled in. It was amazing, both to United Way and to the Salvation Army. I was able to.
Yeah, I heard that gym was full out
It
there.
was, first couple of days. And Salvation Army, there were about 7 people originally that they were able to put up overnight there. And nobody's staying there anymore. But the outpouring of help was just very, very gratifying. One of the bright spots of a tragedy.
No, I'm just kind of curious. I just wondered about how noteworthy it might be to actually have them in a parade. I think they would probably get a standing ovation as they go through, or I mean, I don't know if any, and I don't even know who would do it. Maybe the Salvation Army. I mean, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Gives
Yeah,
us-
absolutely.
in the parade if they want. I mean, I'm not talking about having all 44 up on a, but just maybe some type of signage or some type of patronage to, because they've been through. I mean, anybody should stop and think about what they could be going through just by, getting out and watching their home be completely destroyed.
Definitely. Yeah, huge tragedy. I mean, and we gladly take parade entries up until, the morning of the parade. We're constantly adding up until the morning of. So, if that's something that the United Way or Salvation Army or somebody wanted to do, we would obviously work that in.
That in somehow, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That would be really cool.
Even just some signage or something, or whatever.
Well, and the parade is broadcasted as well, so that hits thousands of homes all across Iowa, southern Minnesota, and so everything that you see in person in the parade is also being broadcasted around the Midwest. So.
In addition to losing those homes, losing their homes, needing to relocate, that's 42 less residential locations in downtown Mason City.
Yeah.
And we just completed our housing initiative here, real thorough study of the need for housing. And it shows the demand for moderate price, both rental housing and single family housing. And so that's been a primary focus of the city. Added 100 new units down at the river. The River 2 will be 100 additional units. And then you look at the upper stories right along Main Street. Many of them were empty before, and through our fire safety program, where we assist in providing for putting sprinklers in, you look along Main Street now and you can see more and more of those occupied on those upper stories, along with the townhouses that'll be built in the parking lot just to the south of Koloff Broadcasting along Federal Avenue. They're just actually kitty corner from the Kirk apartment. So we're very aware of this need. We're delighted to see the additional interest in the downtown area. And we plan to continue to invest, in our neighborhoods, but in our downtown as well. Band Festival is just a great time for people to look at Mason City and the amenities that we have here. We're really becoming the outdoor recreation capital of the Midwest. And our daughter moved down to Bentonville, Arkansas recently because of relocation from Tyson Food. They're corporate headquarters there moved from Sioux City down to Bentonville. So I was helping them move in, Lucas and Sarah and the gang, and I went to visit Bentonville there, and I informed them that they're the former biking capital of the world, that Mason City is making a run for that now. And with our outdoor recreation, with trails and, more trails parked per capita than most cities our size in the Midwest. And then you look at our architecture heritage. I serve as a docent over at the Historic Park Inn, and just yesterday was hosting a couple from Switzerland there. And, Condé Nast Magazine has named Mason City as one of the best cities in the world for architecture lovers. And then you combine that with music. So we've got the three pillars really of a plan for attracting people to our community: music, architecture, and outdoor recreation. And Band Festival, the 84th North Iowa Band Festival, is just a perfect time to highlight that.
Mayor, I got to ask you, with talking about all the housing downtown, I know that there's been people talk amongst the communities on where's all the parking going to be? Are we going to build a parking ramp somewhere? Because the mall is getting half their parking lots taken away because of this hotel,
right,
or motel, and then
Riverwalk down south of there will use some of that space as well. Yeah, great question on the parking. Let me just start out by saying, to have congestion in the downtown area and have this kind of demand for and interest in the downtown area is actually one of the greatest problems a mayor could possibly have. So thank you for that for the question. But there are solutions to it as well. So I just want to ensure you of that. If you look to the west, there's more than 150 within just a couple of blocks of Mason City. There's better than 200 parking spaces. So yes, there is some congestion in the downtown area. We will be addressing it. I mean, we're going to use Fat Hill Brewing is going to have some additional outdoor seating, and that actually will take up 3 parking spaces. They consulted with all of their neighbors in order to have this kind of outdoor seating. You'd have to get the sign off of the businesses right in the area there. A parking garage, I don't know about that, Jay. I'm not big on, those kind of big, tall buildings, but.
Are you afraid of heights?
Yeah, I do get hyotitis. You're right.
Afraid of fees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah. So but you're right. I mean, I was talking to Brian Pauly the other day from Parks and Rec, and because we were talking about, because they're having summer concerts going on.
For sure, absolutely.
And the whole downtown situation in the parking or whatever. Let's maybe see what the issue is first before let's see an issue. I mean, we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen it where it's a parking issue.
People bring up the car. I get Jay's point, question, and people bring it up. But I just love to see the busyness. I was an event at the Historic Park Inn the other night. I had to drive around the block in order to find a parking space.
Yeah.
You drove around?
Right. Absolutely.
I
had to drive over. Yeah, I had to drive over to City Hall, park over here, and walk across the park. That's really a burden, isn't it? It's really a tough situation.
You should have your own. Don't you have your own 24/7 parking?
Not. I use public parking.
Oh, good for you. That's good for you. You pay for it.
If Mayor had a parking spot, I'd steal it just to see how long it took him to get there.
Exactly. Well, speaking of the big weekend with Band Festival coming up here, and so park wherever you can, folks, and let's hope it's beautiful and you can enjoy the nice walk in downtown. In the meantime, of course, like we were talking earlier, you got to stay away from all of this stuff down here with the Kirk apartments and stuff. But we talked to Chief Brinkley about all that. They're going to be trying to police it as best they can. I mean, it goes without saying, guys. I mean, there's going to be onlookers. There's been onlookers here every single day coming over, taking pictures, whatever, and that's fine. But please just stay away from it. You probably won't learn much from it if it's completely demolished, right?
Right.
So, but I understand the pictures and stuff that people like to take of it still, of what's standing yet.
I know how I figured out the whole walking situation. I'm getting a golf cart.
There you go. Can we get that? Yeah, can we get a golf cart?
Make sure you put a nice high flag on it, Jay, so I know where you're at.
Okay.
Oh, it'll be with his business.
Make a great remote broadcast.
Yeah, I'll have the old Country Acts flag flying in there.
Right.
That and the Kiss Country.
The Morgan Miles performance. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
hey,
excited.
speaking of highlights, so when are things getting underway here, Noah? Thursday night, that 25th?
Yeah, so Thursday night is the first night for sort of everything. So there's going to be a little bit of live music on Thursday night, and that's when the carnival opens as well. So 6 p.m., the John Adams Middle School band is going to play, hopefully outdoors at the pavilion this year. But the beauty of it is that if it does rain, we can just move everything inside onto the indoor pavilion. And then at 6:45, the Mason City Municipal Band is going to do their kickoff with their first concert of the summer. So that's Thursday night. Carnival will be open. And then Friday and Saturday are the big days, of course, with Saturday being the huge day with the parade and everything like that. But it does span from Thursday to Monday. There will be activity downtown from
Monday.
Thursday to
Sorry, I put the 28th down there. I better.
Yep, that's
put the
okay.
29th.
So on the 28th, yes, that is the Sunday. But on that Monday following, the carnival will still be open from noon to 6 that day.
Okay.
And great, some great different entertainment too for Friday, Saturday night. I'm looking forward to seeing Elton
Really?
John and Billy Joel.
Yeah. So we have an entertainment committee that's a subset of the North Iowa Band Festival committee it's people that are really in tune with music, local music, what people are into. Jay is on that committee. And so
I always raise Cain. I'm the one that's always asking questions, Mayor.
he always wants to do something different. He always
I
wants
do.
to shake it up.
You know what? I'm the one that wants to turn the Band Fest parade around and have it go from the school up to and have it end in Central Parks. If you ever
And in
heard
downtown, sure.
so I'm the one. If you hear of any of that, I'll take the heat. I think it should end in City Park.
If you're interested in taking heat, you need to try my job out.
Yeah. Junior mayor. I like it.
Yeah, it could be it could be
Jay's the honorary mayor of Mason City, no doubt about it.
Out of all the things, Mayor, I'm just curious. Out of all the things that happened during Band Festival, this is our heritage here.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite part other than the parade? I think the parade. I mean,
Well,
9 out of 10, it's always going to be the parade,
Yeah,
right?
no doubt about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in the parade. But the music, I love the music and our musical heritage. And I guess I would say the bands and we're talking about Morgan Miles and some of the other entertainment. And obviously she'll be fantastic. But the local entertainment, I just love the local bands. The Mohawk, the Riverhawk Marching Band. They're unreal. They'll be leading off the parade as usual, along with the other bands. That's what the heritage of the parade is. That's what our musical heritage here in Mason City with Meredith Willson is. And to celebrate that is just a great thing that, draws the community together. And community events like this are important. It's important for us to be able to celebrate as our community to, celebrate our sense of place and our pride in River City, and Band Festival is just a great time to do that.
And speaking of Meredith Willson, I see we got a press release from Allison here from the chamber about at Elmwood Cemetery. There's going to be at 2:00. I don't know when you're watching this, but on May 18th, it's the 16th that we recorded this, but on the 18th at Elmwood Cemetery at 2:00, they're going to pay tribute for his birthday.
Yeah. And that, that's really cool. And of course, Meredith Willson is buried here in Mason City. From Mason City. And I believe that ceremony, it's a wonderful ceremony. I believe that'll take place right at the burial site there. Is that right, Noah?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So that's May 18th at 2 p.m. Correct, I think. And there will be royalty from the Mason City High School there, both host bands actually, to do a short presentation on Meredith Willson, and it's really cool to come and check out.
Very nice.
Other things though in downtown, should remind people too, pets are not allowed, right, Noah?
Yep. So pets aren't allowed downtown or along the parade route. We do allow pets to be in the parade, but that's, if you're a parade entry and you told us ahead of time that you were going to have pets in the parade, of course, we allow that. But we do try to stress no pets downtown, no smoking downtown. There will be no smoking signs, stuff like that, placed throughout Central Park for people to see. And we're just really I want to go back to the Friday and Saturday night entertainment. Jay mentioned that Elton John and Billy Joel tribute band that's going to come up from Des Moines. They're a dueling piano duo. It's going to
Oh,
be
wow.
really, really a lot of fun. I've actually seen them live in Des Moines before. And when they came to us, we work with a booking agent. When that booking agent kind of gave us this name, the committee was super excited about getting them on for Friday night. And then, Saturday is a huge day, of course, ending at 7 p.m. with Morgan Miles on the main stage. Again, Jay, all the credit in the world to Jay for lining that up. So that'll be from 7 to 10 p.m. downtown. She was recently on The Voice. She placed in the top
Yeah.
3. So that'll be really cool.
Mayor, did you ever watch The Voice?
Well, I did. I saw her performance on The Voice. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's amazing.
She knocked it out of the park. I just love it.
Yeah.
It'd be fantastic to have her here. That's just, yeah.
Yeah, I guess she's following me around, or I'm following her around all day.
You're following her.
That's gonna be in your golf cart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Oh boy.
Yeah,
I won't be looking at the flag then.
yeah. Looking for Morgan. Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's what's fun about being celebrities in a little town called Mason City, Iowa. We're a celebrity until a bigger one comes to town.
yeah.
And all the attention is on them, but that'll be great.
So she's great though, because she's been doing music for a long time, and I've known her for 6-7 years now.
No need.
And she told me, because she's been to Mason City to perform before acoustically, but this is gonna be the full band. So nobody's seen that yet.
Right.
So,
and Noah, what about vendors downtown? We're gonna have plenty of food and drink down there for everybody.
We are. Yeah, we are. So the carnival always does their typical carnival food, funnel cake, that kind of stuff that people love, lemonade. But we are going to have a couple different food vendors downtown. If you're listening to this, stay tuned to the North Iowa Band Festival Facebook page. We're going to be doing like a vendor spotlight on those food vendors so people can know what kind of food is going to be downtown. But we've got a few awesome vendors. If we have one that was there last year, Schuster's Grill. So that's sort of our American food. We've got Filipino Foodie, who is an award-winning Filipino food truck that it often is at the ethnic luncheon. If you've ever been to that before.
Yeah.
That's very neat. We Mason City is developing quite a Filipino community too.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So
Very cool.
we were really trying to be diverse, a little bit more diverse in booking everything really this year. And then we've got our third food truck is Mama D's, which is a local Mexican food truck. Amazing food. So we're really excited to have them down here.
That's great. And as far as beverages go, all of them sell like soft drinks and water and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yep. And then specialty beverages too. So like I think Mama D's Mexican food truck, I think they're going to be doing like horchata, stuff like that. Fat Hill will also be open for carry out purchases. You can purchase it there. You can walk across the street and then you can open it in the park.
Yeah.
So all that good stuff.
that was gonna be my next question, Noah.
Mm-hmm.
And you should expect it from me. Beer. Can I bring it cooler down for the entertainment?
So we really want people to utilize like Fat Hill, who's right across the street. It's not, man. Mayor could probably help me with this. I don't know what the law is. I don't think
Mayor's smiling. He's going.
Yeah.
Oh, he just told us about
You're doing fine, Noah.
the patio, the outdoor seating. Is that going to be started by then for Fat Hill?
I don't know. I don't know what Fat Hill.
Fat Hill. I don't know what their timeline is on that, Jay. Don't know if they'll be open for that or not yet.
I would think that would be a great way to start it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But they can only have so many people in there, obviously.
I mean, obviously they'll be open. Whether they have that additional outdoor seating or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now is that just for Fat Hill alone, or is that for any other bar that might be?
That's for any business that would be interested. COVID had a lot of negatives to it, obviously, but we also learned some things. And the kind of outdoor seating that you this spring starting to see crop up in Mason City. We saw it last summer too, and you're going to see it in spades this year. That's a great thing. People love to be outdoors, and if you want to have additional outdoor seating, you can apply for a special permit. You do have to get the sign off from your neighbors right there that, so they're not like Jay objecting to the parking situation. And but if you can get agreement from in your neighborhood there, yes, we want to work with you in providing that seating.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I think it's going to be a fun time, and those businesses down there. I don't know, Noah, are most of them usually stay open? Like Mormons down there in the corner. The Fat Hill we talked about, but I mean like Mormons and what, the Happy Donkey and what else?
Yeah, the plaza businesses down there.
Plaza businesses down
Yep.
there. They stay
Yep.
open usually, don't they?
They do, yeah. And last year, so I should say, with the addition of the principal pavilion, that's been huge for us, because now we can use essentially 2 different stages for things. Like in the past,
Yeah.
we've had to use
Outside end in, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the past, we've had to use the main stage for the award ceremony. Well, now we can use the pavilion for the award ceremony while the band for Saturday night is setting up on the main stage and doing all that. So it makes it a lot more seamless. But yes, those businesses, the plaza businesses, do stay open. I know that they get pretty filled up, so it's I think it's pretty good economically to them. And I should mention, we're doing this new thing this year called button discounts. So we've always had these North Iowa Band Festival buttons right here. You can come into the chamber, purchase them for $5.
Mayor, you should have yours on.
I was just going to ask guys.
Oh, you did.
There it is. There it is. He's got one.
That looks like a sticker more than a
That's
button.
sticker.
Mormon Clothiers, who is a plaza business you mentioned, they're actually one of our button discount sponsors.
Okay.
So if you go into Mormon Clothiers, which is just one of, I think, 13 different organizations who's offering a discount. If you go into Mormon Clothiers from May 25th through 29th, Memorial Day weekend, wearing this button, you get 10% off your entire purchase at Mormon's.
Nice.
So you can imagine, this is a $5 button. If you go into Mormon Clothiers and buy a $50 shirt, that's just paid for itself with the discount right there. And there's, I think, 12 more organizations who are offering discounts. And you can see all of those on our website. But Pottery on the Plaza is one. The Draftsman, Markley and Blythe, Birdsell's, the Old Creamery, just a variety of businesses.
Pretty cool.
Also, too, going down while everything's going on down there after the award ceremony is we got to mention too, Morgan Miles is going to be upstairs at the chamber office.
Yeah, so we've got a full day on Saturday. So Stu Neverman Memorial Run. I should go through this quick. The Stu Neverman Memorial Run starts off at 8 a.m. in the Aquatic Center parking lot, which is just an awesome band festival tradition. The YMCA took that over this year. And they're really doing a lot to ramp that up more into the future. The parade, obviously the big parade, starts at 10 a.m. And then after that, we'll have a performance from the Mason City Dancers and the award ceremony at 1:30 p.m. down in the pavilion. And then after the award ceremony is done, at 2 p.m., there will be a meet and greet for Morgan Miles on the 3rd floor of the chamber at 2 p.m., if I didn't already say that. A bunch of other stuff going on in between then. The Bill Riley Talent Show is going to start at 2:30 p.m. on the main stage, which is a first for the North Iowa Band Festival, working closely with the North Iowa Youth Center and Regan Banks to present that. Another new piece is we're going to have a short 30-minute comedy set from Day Peace at 5 p.m. on the main stage. And then after that, we're shaking it up this year. We're trying to do a lot more. And then
That's awesome.
Main stage entertainment will start after that. So,
and he's local. That's even better yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Local comedian. We kept it pretty local this year. Aside from the 2 main stage headliners, one is Des Moines, and then Morgan obviously is out of Nashville. Aside from them, everything's local. So we got a lot of good local entertainment.
That's awesome. And real quick on the parade, before I let you go here, is it the delays go what, a half-hour increments if it's raining? Is that the deal?
Correct.
Yeah, we've done it before in the rain. I guess it really has to. If obviously lightning, you're not going to do it, and you'll just delay a half hour at a time. That's never changed, right? Isn't that the policy?
Yep. So half hour at a time until 11:30 a.m. So that's an hour and a half after it's supposed to start. And then by that time, we would make a call. We do work very closely with both Chief Brinkley in the Mason City Police Department and Eric Whipple, who is the new director for the Cerro Gordo County Emergency Department. So working closely with him to monitor the weather that morning. But we always hope for the best weather we can.
I don't know, Mayor. I mean, we can show our age on this, I guess. I've been in Mason City for 38 years. I don't know how many years you've been here, but I can only remember maybe 2 parades that didn't get started.
Yeah, no, I can remember walking in the rain some, but it's going to be a spectacular day on Band Festival Day this year. Yeah, no,
It's a lot not to run.
The Chamber's got that down. You know, that'll go fine.
Are we going to see you in the parade, Mayor?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
At the beginning.
You're on a convertible?
Wherever they'll fit me in.
He's close to the front.
No, it's going to let me this year.
Close to the front? Yeah, they don't want to be in the tail end.
You know, you need to not walk this year, but it'd be cool to have the mayor riding a motorcycle.
There you go.
You ride motorcycle?
Used to.
Did you? There you go.
Did you wear the hats too? Or the
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did.
All
You
right.
mean a helmet?
Yeah.
You mean a hat?
Oh, a hat. I meant a hat. Riding around and, you know. Anyway. Yeah. So I don't know what's Curry's going to have this year. I think they're always the winner. It seems they always have some surprise on their float.
We'll see what happens. They're going to have, I just talked to one of the gals from Curry's yesterday on the phone, and she said they've had, they've been allocating, I think, some staff time to building their float again this year. So they take it pretty seriously. It should be, I don't know. I think there's going to be maybe some like moving parts and
Oh my.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
And Mayor, I guess, you know, we don't get a chance to have you on very often, but some new things that are happening for the city. I mean, other than whatever's going to happen here across the road here, but like new things coming to town.
You know, yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on and a lot of interest in Mason City right now. I was just thinking of the Band Festival route there. It'll go right under the State Street old abandoned railroad crossing there. And that's where we just had the groundbreaking for the new Highline Trail, which will extend north down by 19th Street all the way up to the Lime Creek Nature Center. And so that's part of the outdoor recreation that we're talking about. But we're also focusing on neighborhoods, especially this year. And one of our first focuses is the West Downtown neighborhood, where we really plan to do some investment in infrastructure and lighting, and working with Habitat for Humanity for upgrading some of the housing in there, and for some of the middle income housing. On the economic development front, of course, we've got the electric vehicle manufacturing for small golf cars going into the Shopco building. But we've had a lot of other entrepreneurs, developers of interest that for new job creation in Mason City. It's a very exciting time.
That's good.
I got a question.
We were thinking of, no, first of all, I wanted to say the mayor should be disguised as a Shriner. And that would
There's a backstory on that.
Oh,
yeah. Mayor's got a story for everything.
That's correct. He's got a couple.
Are we on the air? No.
We're always on the air, Mayor.
Yeah.
No, my life's an open book.
Did you used to be a Shriner?
No, I'm actually not a Shriner. Okay, you want the backstory?
Sure.
Yeah, I happen to be Roman Catholic, and back in the day, the Shriners, that organization did not. I'm actually the first mayor of Mason City back in the day. First time I was elected, that was not a Mason. The Masons have a long, rich tradition and history in Mason City. So I'm the first non-Mason mayor, and I have
a non-Mason mayor. Yeah,
non-Mason mayor. Yeah. That's enough.
Yeah.
Harry and Jay, whenever Jay says, I've got a question.
Go ahead, Jay.
Mayor gets a little nervous.
Yeah.
No, we were just discussing in our neighborhood. We're talking about neighborhoods and housing and all that stuff. If we live like in a cul-de-sac, can we just do whatever we want to that thing? Like kill the weeds and just cement it or put rock in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Simple answer. One
Well,
word.
okay.
He's
And
like-
you know what? Thank you for nice answers like that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I already did
Around,
it.
just no.
Yeah. Well, they always say ask for forgiveness before.
Yeah.
Too late.
That's why I said no, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people asking about the river apartments. When are they gonna? What's the goal date?
They're moving right along. They plan to open late this summer. That construction is moving right along, and demand. There many of them are already spoken for. Of course, the
I'm
River
sure.
One is full up.
Now the renters, they're not.
It's all rent.
Just
Yeah,
rent.
it's all
right?
market rate rent. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. Are they set up just like the ones, the original ones at the river?
Kind of similar, but it's really a beautiful site because it is right along the river there. And on the south side of the New River Apartments, you will have a view of the river. You'll have a backyard and a view of the river there. And our Riverwalk Trail will come right through that area.
Okay.
Very nice.
Is it 1 bedroom, 2, 3?
I think all of the above, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So much to do in Mason City, folks. And just, pardon our little interruption of things that we have to have blocked off and things like that. But we hope that you coming down and enjoy our wonderful city. People are watching this and listening to this all over the world right now, actually. So that's what's fun about doing it on this type of platform, and we just hope that, and let's face it, Mayor, you're going to see people that you haven't seen for a long time.
Well, that's one of the things that, families in town and a lot of guests and visitors in town. So,
Yep.
Jay, Harry, Noah, thanks for the great job. Great to see you again. We'll see you on Band Festival Day.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Wonderful. All right. Noah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.